Well, today's probably the last day. Well, I'll have a little bit tomorrow in the shop, but I need to get everything I'm going to get done on this airplane to get it ready to go. So, like I say, this airplane is kind of worn. I'm going to dust some white on here, and there's a spot here that I'll dust some white on. I poked a hole in the wing right here on this shell tech, and this spot right here is silk span, but we're just not going to worry about it. I don't expect to get big. If I fly this one, I don't expect to get big numbers for appearance for it because it is 7 years old. It's a rag. So what I need to do, probably disassemble some of this stuff. Because tomorrow night, around 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll be headed for Muncie. She got no filter on it. Well, let's see what we got some chatters. Yo, we got 5. It was hot, windy, and rainy today again. We have had no weather to fly in to speak of. I guess we can touch this spinner up too. One of these magic unobtainium carbon spinners. Got a bunch of nicks in it. Okay, let's get out the 320. Now I ought to make sure I got the red before I sand it off. Better make sure I got the red. That's orange. 9555. That's Cadillac red. That's what that is. 9555. Yep, Cadillac red. So I can go ahead and sand this. How many of you guys are going to the Nats? Now this has to be painted white first. Otherwise, it'll be an off color. I got a feeling I'm going to end up flying this one. At least for Pampa, because I can put this on like an old shoe and fly it. The Viper's still not quite right, and I haven't had a chance to test out my trimming stuff with the bending of the flaps. Joe called me tonight and asked me if I had a chance to test it out. And of course, I have not. You know what? Let's strip that all. We'll get some 180. I don't have any primer. Yeah, I do have a can back there. Then we'll get this done anyway in an hour. I gotta sand this and hit some white on that. Still debating whether to shoot this white or not. I probably could get away with it. And I waited a long time to doctor this thing up. Too busy working on Navions. Well, I think this is loaded up. Well, our meeting last night for members only was not much of a success. I don't know whether it's the time that I chose or what, because I said I was going to do it at 7. Ended up doing it at 6. I had some things I needed to take care of. Because contrary to popular belief, I do have a life. Besides Mount Laramie. Almost. I'm looking forward to this trip. Hope to take a lot of pictures, a lot of video, live stream, because we don't have any bandwidth. So get your super chats in so I got some money for bandwidth. Guess Danny's gonna come up. I'm gonna try to do the worlds, but from what I understand, we'll see how it goes. You know, FAI may frown down upon that. We shall see. Okay, stripped all the paint off of this. Let's go to this camera right here. Stripped all the paint. So that was 180. Let's hit it with 320. And a coat of primer. Then the white paint, then the red, then the clear. Fastest refinish on the planet. There we go. Easy enough. Easy peasy, nice and greasy. Let's get this off. We don't want to have any reason for the paint to separate. Of course, it won't matter. It's only on there for the weekend, or for the week. We got 10 watchers. No chatters. It's always nice to know who I got watching me. Okay. That spinner weighs 7 grams. Of course, it might be less now that I've stripped it. Grab the alcohol. Towel. You know, I was watching a production that AMA made today about some guy. I don't know. I don't remember. He mostly free flight guy. Of course, our age. He had all the right. Yeah, it is too humid to paint, but I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. Looks like I got a few scratches still in it. It is way too humid. It's pretty crappy. I woke up, it was raining this morning. Very hot, very humid. You know, I forgot all about it. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot all about it being too humid. Here, let me get a stick. Use this stick here. I could just put some clear on it and say, there you go. Because it is carbon. Thank you. Oh, it's still too humid even for my skill set. But we're going to get it done somehow. We're going to get her done somehow. I just hope I don't poke a hole or something stupid. Nope. Some more. What are you doing? Whittling? What are you making? A stick? Okay. We got filler primer that's not even sandable. What a bummer. That's all I got. We'll have to do. It'll be luck, all right. Okay, we got the first coat of primer on there. I mean, it is so thin, you can see right through it. 60 Super Tiger. I only fly Super Tiger 60s. Well, I got some PA 61s and 65s, but I like the Super Tiger 60. Give you a better look at the motor. The head on it is that big around, about 1.5 inches around in diameter. Okay, because it's so humid, I don't want to put much paint on this because it's going to take forever to dry. So there's a little bit of dirt on it. I'll wait for it to dry, then I'll dust on some white, then we'll dust some red on. In the meantime, I guess I should start cleaning up the airbrush. Actually, oh, this is red right here. Let's run the small compressor so we don't have to listen to that. Now, this doesn't have any retarder in it, but I got to see if this is a. I'm gonna have to clean all this equipment for tonight because I'll be gone for 2 weeks. Oh, we got no power. What's the deal? Now we're going to have our stunt hanger video hangout tomorrow night. Same time, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'm going to take a camera with me to Muncie, but no guarantees on the hangout unless I can hand off to somebody because the bandwidth in them hotels is terrible. So we might not have, everybody will be at the Nats anyway, but it's nice to relay the information back to you. Okay, we got some poop there. Let's see if this is dry now. Pretty close. This is 600. Just need to get some of the boulders off of it. So let's see if this red, what it looks like over primer. I don't think it's going to be bright enough though. And this is, yeah, that's no good. We're going to do some white. So let me get some white. Now I had this white retarded way back because of the damn humidity here. So we need some cups, which are right here. And oh man. Okay. There was red in here, but we don't care because we're going to shoot white and the spinner is going to be red anyway. So it'll come out pink. That's okay. Too thick. Too thick. Let me get some thinner. Okay, you would think that I would try to thin this. No, we're going to thin this quart. Well, what's left in the quart. We're going to double it again. It's a whole lot easier to measure these big numbers instead of them little numbers. There's only like 5 cc's in there. And if it don't come out right, it'll get some retarder in it. Some more. Yeah. 50/50, 529. So it's not very old. Okay. If it starts sputtering out of the gun, it's way too thick. It should just flow out like butter. We need this to touch that shit up anyway. Shit, I gotta dump this. What am I going to dump it on? And there ain't much there, so just dump it on a rag, I guess. Okay, into the trash. Okay, how's it gonna work? You know, a lot of times I'll run my airbrush without this cover on the back. It's pretty dangerous. If you bend that needle, you're kind of screwed. You always want to have the tip guard on it too, because if you drop it and bend the needle on the front, you're really screwed. There we go. We got her now. You can't do that. I've done it like this for years. It's called wet on wet painting. It won't be dry till tomorrow, but there ain't much paint on it. I mean, like the thimble full. Okay. I guess we could doctor some of these up on here. Really need to run some thinner through this. You know what? Let's put it in the cup. I won't waste it on the floor. $55 a gallon. Don't want to waste too much. Okay. Come on now, get out of there. Okay, we need to get the little picker out. can see red down in there. We certainly don't need that. You know, I suppose I could have just changed out to this spinner. No, this is for too big a prop. Okay. Now we're going to paint on the airplane. This is why I'm cleaning this real good. I don't want to see any red on there, because anytime that you're painting a white airplane with white and you got a different color in the cup, and you think you got it clean, it's going to spit out a red turd or whatever color you're painting. That's just one of them deals. That's the way it goes. For some reason, I got a little red that came to the top here. Red is a hard color. it's the worst. There we go. Okay. That looks pretty good. Blended right in. Any more spots? Let's see, we got 38 minutes in. We're going to get this in red. That's good enough. That's good enough to paint now. This white is not quite thin enough. Better, but unless slow it down. I got to clean all this equipment after this show. 3 paint guns, 2 airbrushes. You can let them sit for a couple of days with the paint in them with lacquer, and it really not be too hard to clean up. But if you leave them sit for a couple of weeks, you can clean them, but boy, it's difficult. Ask me how I know. I've thrown away many paint gun, figuring, well, it's easier to spend the $29 to buy a new one than it is to clean one. That's rock solid. I mean, if it was a $200 paint gun, I'd clean it. There we go. Got that clean. Why is this acting so goofy? That's what it is. The paint's too thick. So, to fix that in small quantity, pour a little of this in here, a little of this. Give her a shake. Perfect. This ain't a science. It's just the way it is. Man, we got some crude right here. So in order to fix that, we'll put this here. Switch. That's going to take many coats. That will take many coats. Nope, ain't gonna go any farther. Let's put the rest of this on the spinner because it's nice and flows nice. Okay, let's mix up some red. It's awful thick. Awful thick. So, if it was me, you might just hit it with shit polymer retarder up front. That fish eyed too much oil on it. There's half a quart here. Okay, let's mix it up with some retarder. Okay, I need a jar. That's a different red. Okay, because it's so humid and hot here, I'm going to show you how I'm going to mix this. I got a jar here. I got a half a quart, but we're not going to use the whole half a quart. I need a stir stick because more than likely that red is in the bottom, the pigment. It ain't though. That's good. Yeah, I might work on this all day tomorrow. Not going to worry about these. Okay, I got half a quart here. I'm going to mix a pint, so that's half of this. It's about half. I mean, some guys, if you're a machinist, you know, you guys get really, machinists get really anal about, oh, it's got to be within a thousandths or two. No, it's, all this is just a guess. Doesn't have to be that precise. Kind of like mixing superfill. That looks about right. Okay. Dope is the most forgiving material to work with. Okay, we're going to go. Here would be 100%. Here would be 120%. So we're going to go 120% with the thinner, which most would say, well, that's 50-50 or 60, but it's not. We're going to double it, so that's 100% plus 20%. Okay. Now I'm going to put 15% more retarder in it. You're not supposed to go over 10%, but I don't follow the rules, so we're going to go up another bit here. Wow, that stuff smells weird. This is good stuff to have. Smells like the inside of an old shoe. Okay, so we turned half a pint into a little over half a quart. And it sounds about right. You can hear it ring at the top. Now the correct way to do this would be to get a drip stick or a hydrometer and count the drops off the stick. But I've been painting so long, I got a pretty good feel for it. And what I mean by that, so here's a stick. Let's see, you can't really see it. Here's the paint, here's the stick. Yeah, this is thin. This is good. If it takes 8 to 10 seconds to drip off the stick, it's too thick. And with that much retarder in it, even though it's very humid, it should not blush. As long as we do thin coats. You can't do that. Okay. Even sounds right coming out. Now with red, you'll see some little dark spots in it. Don't worry about that. That's the iron that's in the pigment. With any other color, it's dirt, but with red, it's the iron that's in the, I guess red comes from brick. I don't know where it comes from, to be honest. We'll clear this tomorrow. There's Windy one coat, pretty close to the same, to the right color. Do 3 coats on this. Doesn't look like it's going to blush either because I got enough retarder in it. I think I can see the sweat dripping off the walls here. 53 and 7. You guys got any questions? You guys never ask me any questions. It's like you know what you're doing. Like I'm not helping. Thank you, Arnie. Okay, we need to fill this again because we're probably out of paint. Nope. See, that's how little paint that it takes to paint a spinner. It's a half a little cup. It's like a thimbleful. I would paint a whole airplane with an airbrush if I wasn't worried about it striping, but guaranteed it's going to stripe. And striping ain't no good. So I just did that. I guess we're just not worried about it. If I was real good, I could paint around here and leave that stencil on there, but I've seen them a lot worse at the Nats. Of course, they're sitting on the back row too. But I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and maybe the Viper will be straightened out. I'll know whenever they fly N30, I'll know if it's good enough for the big show. And if it's not, I'll put on the old shoe and fly it. This turned out really good. Why can't things work for me like that most of the time? And when I try to take my time, that's when shit screws up. If I just blast through it, all is good. Pretty close. Pretty close. I knew this wasn't Stunhanger red. I knew it had to be Cadillac. Huh. I wonder what the hell that is. Must be rubbing something. But we ain't gonna worry about it, because whatever it is already working. I got lots of fuel in there. That 10% nitro really attacks the paint. Yeah, just not worry about it. Can't see in there. Can't see in there. Well, that ain't no damn good. What's going here? There's already one in there. Well, I haven't instructed much of anything tonight, but thanks for hanging out with me. You know, somewhere, no, I don't want to mess with this. This thing is working perfect as is. I'm not going to add pantyhose or nothing. I'm going to, no filter. It's just flip and fly. I'm going to retrim. It's worked good for the last 7 years. No need to reinvent the wheel at the last minute. Okay, let's see how this looks. See if she's dry. Kinda. What happened to the nose cone now? It was right here. There it is. Come on now. There it is. There it is. I'll take it off later and clear it. Just want to see if it looks okay. See if it's the same colors. Looks right. It took 1 hour and 4 minutes to paint a spinner. Unbelievable. Of course, we did strip it. Well, there it is. The right color. Looks right. Dirt. All right, everybody. Like, subscribe, and share. Tomorrow night is the Friday night chat, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard. I suppose I'm going to try to do Monday night, but there's no guarantee. You know, I'm at the Nationals. I'll try. I'm going to take a camera with me, but it's hard telling what's going to happen. Have to run all the dancing girls off. All right, fair winds, tight lines. See ya. Keep sanding.